Well, first impressions carry a lot of weight, whether it's a date, a job interview, or meeting the parents. That moment comes with a lot of anxiety, that's for sure.
Yeah, people make judgments based on that initial impression, and one accidental misstep can make or break what happens next. And Vanessa Kappas is the editor-in-chief for Bella magazine. She joins us now with 5 habits that can ruin a first impression. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
All right, let's jump right in. The first one you say is chewing gum. It can help some people relax, but you say it's a no-no.
It's not so much how that you chew the gum, it's how you're chewing the gum. A lot of us still don't know. We haven't learned. We look like camels, we look like cows. And if you're meeting someone for the first time, it's really not a good look if you're chomping away at a piece of gum. And you really just, it's a no-no. I think you can control it for those few minutes that you're meeting somebody new and do it after.
Stick it up here in the top part of your
exactly in the side
if you're doing it for the mint flavor. Okay, this next one should be for everyone engaging in conversation, not just a first impression, obviously. Stop excessive texting, right? I mean, we've gotten into such habits.
And looking at your phone, the minute that you put that phone in front, or even if you turn it over on the table where you're sitting at to meet with someone, even if you already know them, you're telling them that that phone is more important than the time that you're spending with them. And you're placing a value on an object that we know we need to get better control of. And the reality is that we're meeting with someone and we want to engage and have a full-blown conversation. If you're constantly looking at your phone or texting or responding, it's not there. The respect isn't there. So don't do it.
I've noticed that people recently have taken the phone off the table completely. Every once in a while, I'm like, I think it's a good habit because we had to kind of relearn everything, right?
Because you get those notifications, you hear that ding, and you're like, oh, let me see.
Immediately.
All right, Vanessa, so the third bad habit that can ruin a first impression, you say, is constant complaining.
Oh my God, who wants to be around a Debbie Downer, right? Like, who wants to meet someone and the first sentence that comes out is, oh my God, there was so much traffic. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, my day. Oh my God, this, and that. I mean, you really would like to have an engaging first-time conversation with someone that you're meeting for the first time for it to be a positive takeaway. So reframe the thinking, reframe the mindset, and go into it with excitement. And really focus on trying to have a positive, upbeat conversation. And the complaining, leave it for a close friend or someone else, but not someone who you're meeting for the first time.
So this next one, I would have to imagine it has a little bit to do with nervousness or not knowing what to do with a lot of the energy that comes with the new experience, but it's self-rambling. This can, I mean, it could also be just ego, but how does it ruin a first impression?
So, I mean, I think we've all met the person who is just constantly talking about themselves, or in their conversation, you feel like what they're trying to do is like one-up you, right? And at the same, that's not what we're there to do, right? We're there to have an engaging first-time encounter, of meeting of the minds, per se, if it's a job interview especially. You know, the person who may be hiring you or looking to hire you would like to know. They're obviously asking you questions, but it's always a great idea to engage. How about you? How would you do this? Or how would you approach this situation? And always place the attention back on the person who may be asking you, so that it's a two-way street as opposed to just me talking about all of my accolades and, you know.
Okay, so Vanessa, your final one you say is an obvious one, but maybe not for everyone. You say is body odor, and I actually want to add to this. I would say bad breath too, and not like I just ate onions.
That's why you put the gum up in the corner.
It has to be halitosis though, not like I just ate onions or garlic.
Yeah.
And here is the catch with this. A lot of the times, you know, and unfortunately, some people don't notice it, which is really unfortunate. And what they'll do is like they'll perfume it, which makes it even worse. So then you're standing, you know, you're meeting with someone or you're standing next to someone that really, you know, because what that says about you is that you pay very little attention to detail. I am a fanatic. I smell my clothes even after I wash them to make sure that they are on point. And, you know, and perfume is there to help. Because it really genuinely does not cover up bad odor. And also with, as you mentioned, bad breath, you know, a mint is always the way to go, not the gum. A mint is always the way to go. and we all can, showering daily is
helpful.
And floss.
Practicing
And
great
brushing
hygiene.
teeth.
So.
But, so let me ask you something. Some of these habits, like the chewing gum that we started off with, can help people feel a little bit less nervous. Like you meet somebody for the first time, your nerves are high, your hands are sweaty. Do you have suggestions for what people can do to kind of work out that anxiety in advance without triggering a reaction from the other person?
And a lot of the times that's all that anxiety is triggered by fear, right? Fear, false expectations appearing real. It's fear is a liar. So what we need to do is, again, reframe it. Try to change that nervousness into excitement. It's a new situation. It's when you're trying something new, you're meeting a new person, and you want them to take the best impression of who you are, right? Whether if you're getting hired, you want that person to take the best impression away about yourself because you want to get the job. So excitement and positivity. Sometimes it's hard. I do something that's really ridiculous, which is like I work myself up and I growl before I go into a new situation just to get my endorphins up and high so that I approach a situation with positivity.
I can imagine people walking in on you doing that right before.
It's happened, and it's hilarious because then we'll meet eyes and we just laugh at the situation, and then it makes it even more relaxing to be able to approach the new encounter.
Yeah, that's everything. The laughter's everything.
Right. Well, Vanessa, always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for sharing these tips today.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
For more information, you can check out Vanessa online at vanessacopis.com or follow her on social media at Vanessa Copis.